very good afternoon. Welcome to Sports City, your home of sports analysis. You are with me, Bill Clinton, ODHIAMBO, your host this afternoon, and joining me is this full panditry, a full team. To my left, I have Mr. Elvis. Karibu sana ndugu. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you very much.
Right.
Back to
I know viewers. I'm Elvis ODHIAMBO. Today we'll be analyzing and talking about sports. So send in your comments and opinion and follow us on our social media platform and tag in a friend and tell us who you are supporting on Facebook, TikTok, on Twitter, and TikTok. On TikTok we are live. So we'll be talking about sports. So continue sharing your comments and opinion, and on TikTok please continue tapping because it's free. So we have sign language interpreter, we have deafs, we have people who are hearing. So we will be sharing in our comments. So let's continue sharing. And tomorrow is the final Afcon. So between and today it's today is South Africa against Congo to see who will take that place. So send in your comments and opinion, and let us see who will take it home.
Okay.
So as we continue with the discussion,
thank you so much.
Back to you, Bill.
All right. Thank you so much, Elvis, for that. Also joining us is Mr. Felix Makona. Namna gani ndugu?
Okay, I'm Felix Makona.
Right.
So I'm really excited to be here today. This weekend is full of games, full of sports.
Right.
And as always, as I've been saying, sports is life, sports is health, sports is a career.
Yes.
Sports is everything in our life. So as we delve deeper into these sports, I would like to welcome our viewers to join us as we continue with the sports show. Okay.
Thank you so much, Elvis. Of course, just like Elvis has said, we are live on Facebook, live on YouTube as well. Pale WhatsApp 0119803884 is our SMS and WhatsApp line. Send in your thoughts and opinions as far as today's discussion is concerned. Just like Felix amekwambia, a lot of action this weekend, most notably the African Cup of Nations. Ndio tunaona Elvis funga virago real soon. Tonight we are having the match for third place, where we are having South Africa and the DR Congo vying for the place. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But then again, also as far as the KPL is concerned, Gor Mahia handed the first loss of the season last weekend. So we are going to talk about how we might see them. They are in action today evening around 6 p.m. We are going to see how they are going to pan out against their different opponents. And of course, in the EPL, we also have a lot of action. An early kickoff currently, Manchester City against Everton, a tough game for City. But then again, them being at home, is it an advantage? Is it a disadvantage? Let us know in our comment section. But then again, gentlemen, let's kick it off. And let's start with the African Cup of Nations. Of course, match for third place, South Africa versus DR Congo. Kwanza tukianza as far as the two sides are concerned, South Africa did really well in the semi-finals ahead of qualifying for the finals, but then again they were disappointed in the final stages, that is the penalty stages, because after a normal one full-time Elisha 1-1 against Nigeria, but then again it forced them past extra time and through to the penalties, where tunasemanga penalties naye ni bahati ya mtu yote. Ile hakuna timu kali, hakuna timu ndogo. But then again it went for Nigeria's favor. 4-2. First of all, gentlemen, let me start with you, Elvis. Did you expect that South Africa first of all to be in this stage, let alone just holding off Nigeria up to the penalty stages?
Thank you very much. Honestly, I was 100% sure expecting South Africa to go all the way because they are very good players. Their positioning is perfect. They're very specific in positioning. 4-3-2-1, it's really good, and the goalkeeper was really good. So I thought South Africa was going all the way. So people were saying penalties. I don't believe South Africa was to lose the game. I think the penalty were placed wrongly, but honestly, South Africa has a good talent. The goalkeeper was really good. We saw that in the game. We saw how they have really thrashed some teams, and they have disappointed a lot of teams. I was hoping South Africa to take Nigeria 1-0, but they tried.
Right.
They tried, but for good luck, they went 1-1 up to the penalty stage. But I believe Nigeria were really they were given a run for their money, because Nigeria has been in the Afcon, and we know it's not a bad team, but they lost an opportunity.
Right.
But I wish South Africa they haven't, looking at the South African history, they haven't been Afcon active very much.
Right.
Ghana has been there, Senegal has been there,
Right.
but for this one, I was hoping South Africa could actually come near to the cup. But
Right.
For the bad luck, we were disappointed, and I bet nilikuwa nimebet 4,000, but ili bounce, but it's fine. Probably luckily Nigeria won on the penalty stage, but I was really disappointed. But I think going forward, more opportunity will come for South Africa, and probably they will win Afcon again.
Right.
South Africa, they have some best players, and also their positioning were really good. They had the confidence, and I feel they had a very positive attitude coming to the game.
Right.
So they were expecting Afcon to bring it home, but for the bad luck, Nigeria made them through penalty. But now I think South Africa will get number 3, because you've seen their players are really good.
Right.
And also they have really improved, because they haven't been in Afcon for a long time. So we really need to give them their flowers.
Right.
And you see, they participated in rugby,
right.
In football, they're really good. That is a very positive trait for South Africa. So I think them taking number 3 will be ideal.
All right. Without a doubt, coming up to where they are currently, Mr. Felix,
Yeah.
they dispatched the likes of Morocco, Cape Verde.
Yeah.
Of course, they are a formidable team. They seemingly can they can get results if they so wish against DR Congo. How do you believe they are going to try, and how are they going to play against DR Congo tonight?
First of all, I would say through all those stages, through the group stages, South Africa has been qualifying by luck.
But too.
Yeah, because if you look first, they at least try to defend. Then their keeper is a good worker, by the way. That person, Williams, I don't think if Manchester United is watching that guy, they would have just brought him to Europe direct, because you see, if that goalkeeper Williams can save up to 4 penalties, that is not that is he has set a new story.
Yes?
Yeah, that's a master class.
Right.
And America story mpya. People will have to look at him. Clubs will go chasing for him. But totally, South Africa could have exited this tournament very early. But I think because there are teams that exited, the strong teams like Senegal, Egypt, when they exited, they left space for these other small teams
to shine. Yes.
To shine. Like South Africa, these countries have been shining, but when the giant teams exited, it was time for them to shine. So I couldn't be excited so much seeing South Africa thriving up to this level, because they didn't face the big boys. They didn't. They faced the like of Morocco, yes, but they tried to defend and at least at some point win with penalties. But today, I think South Africa will be in a position to beat DR Congo and take the 3rd place, because if you look at how they have been playing against the big teams, they try to defend a lot, and when they get 1 chance or 2 chances, they utilize them. And when they start attacking, they come as a whole team. They attack as a whole team, they defend as a whole team. But today, I really appreciate them, and I give them a win straight away.
Of course, both teams did commendably well up to this particular stage where they are. When you look at DR Congo's camp, where they were just beaten by a slender 1-0 win for Ivory Coast through the finals now. But then again, when you look at how they played, they did really well. They tried to hold off Ivory Coast really well because defensively they're showing they have that quality against a team like South Africa, where, just like you said, they needed to face big teams. DR Congo did not face really big teams. But then again, against a team like Guinea-Bissau, they got a 3-1 win. You know, they were lethal in front of goal, so they can really produce results if need be. Do you believe DR Congo, should they, tactically arrange themselves really well? Can they get past South Africa by any chance? Ama itakuwa ni ngumu Elvis.
This is a hard one. I'm not sure who will win, but we've seen the previous improvement because Congo positioning, they are not as weak as other team.
Right.
They've really thrashed some big teams, and I know they are weak. They have woken up and they have some confidence. They are going to this game representing their country.
Right.
If this time Congo, they have to make sure, the coach has to make sure they have very well positioning, because they've watched South Africa game, and coach is wise enough. He has to do a defense of 4-3-2-1 because Congo, they are confident in this game. They know the sides and they know how to push the game. The number 11 and the person at the front. So I think them working together,
right.
9 and number 11 will actually produce results. But the person who will be responsible to control the game, they have to work in a relationship with defense, and the goalkeeper to work in a relationship with defense, so that they can take a win. Congo has to make sure their positioning has to be well. The side back, and they make sure they block any chance for South Africa to rush them. Remember, it will depend with South Africa. If South Africa gets stuck and Congo get an opportunity, Congo will give in pressure. They will push until the 90 minutes. Right. I know Congolese are not ready to tire, and they're not ready to rest. So I think they will give them probably more time.
Right.
But Congo dying, being out of breath will be very bad. So right. I think if they work on their positioning and their passing, and they work for the full time, coach has to be very awake on where to put a lot of pressure, right. Whether on sides and really direct the game so that they can get a goal. But remember, Congo are responsible of controlling. They've really control. The number 9 is responsible for controlling this game.
Right.
The defense, they have to work with the goalkeeper so that they can really push South Africa. I think they won't really give in South Africa a chance to really score, but it will depend on how they control the center and the defense and the front. So they have to defend. They have to defend so that they don't really give in a goal. So the coach has to be very wise and has to be very awake and be very careful, right. And really manage and control the game from outside, so that they can make sure the sides are well. Because they have confidence, right, they have patience, right. Everything is good. I think they still have a good position to win, but it will all depend with the coach, and they can actually win.
So what's the prediction? Ngapi? Who can you give us a prediction?
If South Africa is not careful, Congo will win. But I'm really supporting South Africa. So
right. Okay. So
I think 2-1.
All right. So what about you, Felix?
I give South Africa 2-0.
2-0. Clean sheet pale sana.
Yeah.
So we've seen a tendency where these late stages where we are seeing teams na progress back penalty. Hapa money penalty hapa in this scenario, because when you look at South Africa, they went through penalties against even against a team like Cape Verde, and also this time around more against Nigeria. It's sort of a tendency against a side like DR Congo, like Kazia Ivory Coast despite the 1-0 defeat. Hatuoni penalties hapa hata kidogo.
Unajua, when it reaches at this point,
right.
Many teams will want to finish the game earlier because this is not a really they are not competing for something big. Right. It's just the third position.
Right.
So a team like South Africa will like to at
finish
least
the game.
At least they have come through. They have beaten the likes of Kina Morocco. So right. They like to do away with Congo very fast.
Okay.
So that they can at least.
So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tuambia, is it a quick, a quick goal festival when South Africa inamaliza game mapema, ama it will be, a defensive game where we can see DR Congo try and hold off South Africa despite the fact that they don't, to claim what is at stake here. The third place, si rahisi. Yeah. Of course, everyone wanted to get to the finals. But then again, it was very unfortunate because all teams have been doing really well, and undoubtedly, many can even say out there, I believe this is the most competitive Afcon we've seen so far. So, ladies and gentlemen, send us your thoughts and opinions as far as who is going to secure the third place of the African Cup of Nations 2023. And gentlemen, let's also proceed swiftly to the finals because itakuwa ni kesho at 11 p.m. We're going to have Nigeria against Ivory Coast. Now, Nigeria are already 3-time champions in this tournament. They secured the title back in 1980 and also 1994 and 2013. That was the last time they got a chance to lift the trophy. Ivory Coast, who are the host, are 2-time champions. The last time they secured was 2015, and prior to that it was in 1992. Gentlemen, we understand the pressure that is there as far as a team like Ivory Coast, who are the host nation for the tournament as we speak. But then again, Nigeria, a lot of quality players in the squad. Same to Ivory Coast, because Kikosi Ivory Coast, when you look at it from the strikers through to the midfield and the goalkeeper, defensive wise as well, there are big names in the squad. Recently we saw Sebastian Haller give them the decisive goal against DR Congo, and Sebastian is playing for German outfit of Borussia Dortmund. So there's a lot of experience that comes with that. Pale katikati kuna Frank Kessie, moved from Barcelona to an Arab club pale. A lot of quality as well. Unfortunately, they are suffering injuries as far as the back line is concerned. The likes of Serge Aurier, kidogo ni kama wanaweza kuwa major doubt. But this is the finals, finally you can be called out to fight for the team, and that is the situation we saw with Victor Osimhen pale wa Nigeria, where many had thought he was not going to play for Nigeria when they were playing against at the semi-finals against South Africa. But it was confirmed last minute kwamba the fact that angeweza kupatikana na kuchezea kikosi ya Nigeria, and that is what we are seeing with this African Cup of Nations, where players are being called out to deliver the most. We might see a situation, we've seen it before, where players are injured, lakini they are playing for the teams. Many players, even currently in the EPL, many players we are getting stories that yes, they understand kwamba they to last stages, so unacheza hata kama uko na injury. Gentlemen, against these two sides, let me start with you, Felix. Nigeria and Ivory Coast, uko pande gani between the two sides na kwa nini?
Okay, first I will analyze in this way. Nini are at home. The Ivory Coast.
Theoretically speaking, it's not as kwa Ivory Coast, lakini hao nyumbani sasa.
Hao ni kwao. It's like inviting someone to your bedroom. He comes there, beats you there. And again, takes your money and goes back to his country. It will be hard.
Right.
And again, Nigeria wants to make another history because unaona pale kuna kina Didier Drogba, they are pushing the team
for Ivory Coast too.
Yeah, unaona. So Nigeria again, they are in. So here I'm confused to choose who is taking this thing. But
right.
In real sense, I think Ivory Coast will give it all on the pitch. Ule kocha hata waambia nyi kufeni kwa uwanja huko. Bora hii kitu at least tukue nayo. Ni kama you invite a visitor to your home,
yes,
and he takes everything. So I think even if it will be bad,
right,
Nigeria will not go with it easily. Let's say it will go for penalties, extra time and all those.
Right.
But I think Nigeria walking away with the cup easily, will be
Itakuwa ngumu sana.
itakuwa ngumu.
Elvis, do you support the same case? Of course, are we expecting a lot of drama tomorrow 11 p.m. because you understand, just like Felix is saying, all teams will be going all in, delivering all they have, because that is the message at the end of the day. We must take this cup home. We must bring this cup home. And having in mind, just like I said earlier, 3-time champions Nigeria, 2-time champions, Ivory Coast. They are all hungry for this, to improve their tally as far as getting the trophy is concerned. Now, when you look at Ivory Coast situation, you said South Africa were lucky initially, but then again, when you look at Ivory Coast in this situation that they are, first of all, for them to secure to the round of 16, ilikuwa ni story.
Yeah.
They had to wait Morocco in Yoroshe, Zambia, which they did, and they went ahead to qualify through by that means. Otherwise, hawangekuwa wame qualify. So they came through as they came through in the round of 16, depending on the fact that Zambia wanyoroshe kwanza, alafu wataweza kupita. Then the same situation, they fired their manager, their coach at that time. So they are progressing. They progressed under new management. So we were expecting a lot of things to change tactic-wise. How to maybe approach different opponents of the game. So it's remarkable to see them at this particular situation in the finals, Elvis. Do you believe we are going to see the same zeal, the same fight that we've seen them have immediately through the round of 16 up to where they are now? Ama watalegea kidogo?
Thank you very much. The round of 16, I think they were not very confident. They had a lot of confusion.
Right.
But right now they're really focused. They focused on Morocco because Morocco had to beat Zambia,
right,
so that they can win. The team changing teams because Morocco has been the best team in Africa so far. So I think this will depend. They are famous. Zambia wasn't that famous, so they have really worked and pushed. And the advantage that they're having, that they are home, and we saw how Morocco were disappointed. So that was a lesson, and they had to be very careful. So on the goal, they don't need to waste any time. So they have to take advantage because they are at home.
Right.
And learning from the lesson of round of 16, I think this time round they are coming very ready for the game. But if it will be bad luck and they will miss an opportunity, they will miss that one, and it will be a history for them. But I think they've really improved, and I think they'll give a good game because they're in their homeland than another country coming and picking a cup from their homeland. So imagine umekuja kunyang'anywa dim that will be a big shame. So but I believe Ivory Coast will really give a game. A Chelsea player, Didier Drogba. Yes, Drogba.
Oh,
yes.
Hello.
Drogba said, "I can." There is a message from the
jazz, yes,
said, "I can." Now, my opinion, Didier Drogba will actually give in some insights. So on how to really position themselves, and they have to win against Nigeria because but remember the fans from Ivory Coast, if they lose, I think they will destroy the stadium because this one will be really tough. You remember when they went 1-1,
right,
they destroyed actually the bus. So around the bus. So I think the government will give them a lot of pressure, and also the fans are pleased to be won because we don't want to waste and really lose a life. So Ivory Coast have to make sure they've really worked and really win. Because if they don't win, it will affect the entire country. The entire country will be at stake. So and people are not joking. So they actually have pressure from Didier Drogba, they have pressure from Van, they have pressure from government, and also they know Nigeria is a big team, so they are both international teams, so they have a lot of players who play in EPL and German leagues and Saudi leagues, so they have played in EPLs and they are bringing the expertise. We have a player from Arsenal and Manu, Bailey, who is a defender there, and I don't know if the coach will choose him, but I'm really supporting Ivory Coast because they are in their homeland and they're representing the people, and the people will be very happy because if they lost, they will destroy the stadium. So they have to be very careful. They have to really put their mind in the game and make sure.
ELVIS seems to have something that we don't know, any secret information about the stadium. Yeah, but then again, just like ELVIS is trying to suggest, are we going to be promised a lot of action, because there are two teams that are very they have the wealth as far as abilities, skills is concerned. Scoring goals, they can score goals. And here is just mentioned Didier Drogba, and it's just amazing how the two sides have produced legends. JJ Okocha pale Nigeria. Kuna ile both teams have strong heritage as far as getting that results is concerned, and getting the cup is concerned in this tournament. When you look at Nigeria's side, however, they have faced a lot of criticism. The fact that they're not scoring goals. Either 1-0, 1-1, or end penalties, or penalties. I think the only game they scored 2 goals was against Cameroon, and I think it was the opening match where they scored 2-0. Other than that, imekuwa 1-0 against Angola, 1-0 against Guinea-Bissau, and we saw 1-1 against South Africa, wakaenda penalty, ikakuwa 4-2, wakapenya nayo, na tunasema penalty hiyo naye tunaachia Mungu. Penalty is not sure. But so are we going to see a situation where Ivory Coast can capitalize on this, and because Ivory Coast there's this pressure, of course both sides are under pressure, but ELVIS said the fans iko nyumbani, so there's that particular pressure to dispatch goals, get goals. Hakuna mtataka extra time or penalties. And with this trend of Nigeria, should we be worried that this will be also a defensive game? Itakuwa is it a high scoring game ama itakuwa mabao kiasi? In one perspective.
In one perspective, I will say that when it reaches the finals and the semi-finals, there's not a lot of goals. So I say if Nigeria have to win, they have to win by 2-0 or 1-0. But I don't see this team scoring many goals, because this will be a tight match, a match that a team is defending, a team is dying for the country. A team is playing not just because it is a team, but it's playing because it is a country. And this is a final, this is a cup. There are prizes to be won after that. So I think a team will score and try to defend the rest of the remaining time. A team will just punish you. Will punish you and come and say, now that we have scored against you, hakuna kupita tena. Ni bas mpaka mwisho, mpaka 90 minutes. So I don't see this being a high scoring game. If Ivory Coast have to win, they might win with 1-0 or 2-0. If Nigeria have to win, they have to win with 1-0 or 2-0. But I don't see it being like going like 2-2. No, this game, these are Africans.
What do you mean?
African is
Jongu could defend.
They don't allow anything easily. Yeah.
All right. And just general, before we take manana Afcon kando, general view. What has been a general view of this tournament in general, as far as improvement is concerned, as far as organization is concerned, as far as the players delivering their best? What has been assumption so far? And now that we are in this particular stage, we are tunamaliza hii tournament.
So from the start, this tournament has changed. From the management to the players, even to the game style. Everything has really revolutionized. We are talking about even introducing the VAR here in Africa. Even introducing as in even the stadium itself, even the fan base itself has really revolutionized in a way that you find that a team will play with skills, with the energy, with everything. Tactics. Even the defending, even the goalkeeper.
Right.
You see, so as in the exposure of these players to the other leagues, let's say Premier League and those other leagues, the Spanish La Liga, has made them bring those qualities to Africa.
Right.
Has made them change their game.
Right.
Has made them change their thinking. So when they go to the field, they play like the Mzungus with the tactics, the skill. So
Right.
you see, the game has really changed.
Right.
So you see, these other teams that dropped on the way, if you look at their history very well, you will see that most of their players have not gone to Europe. You find at least 2 or 3 of their players are playing in top league.
Right.
So I will say, those teams that have players in the top league, like let's use an example of these 2 teams that are to play tomorrow or today.
Right.
You find that most of their players have the experience, have the qualities. So those qualities have made them to thrive up to the finals, up to the semi-finals. Now we are looking for the third team, third place. So I will say everything has revolutionized thanks to Europe.
Right. Elvis, can you maybe to add to that, do you believe the level, the football level of Africa has massively changed? We can see that shift, just like Felix and Mesema, the tactics, how the players are playing, how the coaches are managed, and the love generally from the fans also, because you're seeing stadiums, filled to the brim, action-packed. Do you believe there's that a positive change? And maybe, inshallah, 2027, the Pamoja bid, hapa nyumbani, are we going to see a ripple effect in the fact that the attraction will build even further?
Okay. Currently, in 2024, it is Ivory Coast, and the fan base has been really grown. So I think for them, 2027, it will be very important, because the secretary of FIFA have decided on how to choose the location of FIFA, and also the cooperation of Afcon. They are discussing on the way forward, because now people have a lot of talent in football in the world. It is impossible. For example, if currently in Kenya, Kasarani Stadium, it won't be enough.
Right.
It's not enough. So we must look for more technical ways, and build a lot of beautiful stadium, and also add a lot of stadiums, so that people from outside can really watch and come and really enjoy the game. Secondly, the coaches and players, maybe if they lost, then they kick out coach and bring and really make changes from management, because management and coach has to have a relationship. So the coaches and management, they have to work together for a long time, so that they can really produce results and really work with their system and positioning and tactics for the team. So sometimes coaches they're working alone, and they're no cooperation with the management. So that's why they have been quick firing and quick employment of new coach. If probably there is the coaches they choose favorite players, so that they can expose them to the game. But remember, working together is really crucial. So in 2027, the management or assist, they have to work together for full time, so that they can produce some quality players and add value to the players. Also, the VAR, introduction of VAR, it is 50-50. They don't have professional, and the communication, it's not very concrete. We've seen the leagues for France. You see the communication. The communication is challenging. There are countries who are speaking French, and other countries who are speaking in English. So Ivory Coast, they're French-speaking country, because I have a friend from Ivory Coast, and they speak French more than English. So for the referee, the communication has been a problem. If you see how they were talking to the captains with a lot of hand talks. So and then wanabishana kidogo wanapewa red card. So I think moving forward you see the foul and telling and really talking. You saw how the communication were. So I think them listening from players and working together with the referee will be very good, so that the players cannot be disappointed. So Egypt, when you saw the referee who was coaching Egypt and Senegal, so it was all about the communication. So that's why the Egypt lost and went home. But 2027, I hope they will improve on the communication and choose a referee who is cognizant and understands both languages, so that they can play a fair game. If players are playing with a lot of anger and miscommunication, then they don't score a lot. So it will be 1-1 or 2-2, or so it is hard for the management for the management to improve right now.
Right.
But I think the goals will be there. So
all right. Let us know if you agree with the two gentlemen, or send us your thoughts and opinions as well, as far as this tournament has been so far. Have you enjoyed it? And maybe where do you believe there can be a few changes, or rather do you believe there has been a massive improvement from the other tournaments previous to this one? But then again, also remember the Total Energies African 2023 Cup of Nations finals is tomorrow 11 p.m. The third place tournament qualifiers is today at 11 p.m. where South Africa and DR Congo will be looking to secure the third place spot. But then again, tomorrow for the finals, it is the host nation Ivory Coast against Nigeria. Nigeria 3-time champions and the Ivory Coast 2-time champions, who will add the trophy to their cabinet as far as the African Cup of Nations is concerned. Now we have some of the highlights for you as far as the qualification through to the finals is concerned, where Nigeria managed to win 4-2 through penalties against South Africa, and Ivory Coast got the better of DR Congo with a 1-0 win courtesy of Sebastian Haller to secure the place for the finals. But then again, don't forget to send us your thoughts and opinions on the predictions as well, as far as the tournament finals is concerned. Take a look.